The time is 10:30, and it is time for BB News. I'm Tim Miller. A report issued by the...
Listen carefully to this news story to see how Tim handled himself when things went wrong. If you're looking for a good role model, don't look here.
Thanksgiving Day in 1977 in Beckley. Report cites 3 errors by pilot Grover Brady that could have caused his small plane to overshoot the Raleigh County Memorial Airport and crash into a concrete wall at the Mining Safety and Health Administration Academy. Killed in the accident were 42-year-old Brady, his 40-year-old wife Betty, her 19-year-old daughter Debbie, her 18-year-old husband Eddie, and their 16-year-old son Jennifer. Excuse me, that's a 16-year-old daughter, Diane, and the 4-month-old daughter, Jennifer. Okay, anyway, this newscast is a disaster.
Just be glad it happened late at night. But these kind of things happen all the time. One night, Wayne Price's song was playing along just perfectly till suddenly, without warning, it just stopped. Things just sort of fell apart.
Something happened. There it went again. Anyway, that one was on the card tape, and that's Heart of Glass by Blondie on BB Radio at 9 minutes before 12 midnight. We'll get it together here in a minute. BB Bulletin Board. Reminder from the Department of...
Jeff Lane had an interesting little catchphrase. If there was ever a doubt as to who was on the air, you could listen for the phrase and be sure it was Jeff.
How you doing out there? Afternoon. How you doing out there? That's the Bee Gees.
Well, there were some important news stories during WWBB's first year. Here's a summary.
From Logan County in the southern part of the state to Wheeling in the northern panhandle. The spokesman for the National Weather Service at Charleston says the tremor also was felt in Braxton County. Spokesman Mark Moore says the deposed Shah of Iran was awake up until the last half hour before he died this morning in an Egyptian military hospital. The Shah was 60 years old.
The city of Madison's back to normal this afternoon following an incident which led to the closing of Main Street last night. A gas leak at a gas station on top of the hill at Main Street had closed down Main Street for some time because the gas had run into the sewers, but the local fire departments have been able to flush out all the gasoline, and Main Street was able to reopen what you might call its doors this afternoon. The Senate today rejected an effort to give Congress the right to refuse to give up control of the Panama Canal. The vote was 56 to 41.
The UN Security Council has adopted a U.S. resolution threatening economic sanctions against Iran unless the U.S. Embassy hostages in Tehran are freed by January 7th.
Egyptian President Anwar Sadat came home today to cheers from his countrymen and also to new punishments from the fellow Arab leaders. He arrived in Cairo to find most Arab nations are now cutting off aid to his country because of the peace treaty he signed with Israel. This afternoon, company officials say that engineers have reduced by 1/3 a gas bubble inside of that crippled 3-mile island nuclear reactor in Pennsylvania.
But as you know already, things weren't always so serious. Remember those Wayne Price country countdowns? Those were some happy times indeed.
Brought to mind, should old acquaintance be forgot, and days of old lang syne. Happy 1982, everybody. Thank you.
How you doing out there?
Ah, there's Jeff again. But other people were important during the early days of WWBB. The station's on-air staff included a few notable part-timers, like Rusty Webb.
State Highways Commissioner Charles Miller has denied a charge by John McCuskey, the state Republican Party chairman, that the department has done nothing to correct problems that have arisen in the construction of the turnpike.
Another early BB part-timer was Kurt Evans.
That's Billy Joe, and it's still rock and roll to me by request. A small black dog with white chest and brown paws that answers to the name of Peaches was lost at Foster last night.
Helping find lost pets. That was always important at BB Radio.
Please call 369-3355. It'd be appreciated.
Other names from the first year of WWBB. Remember Walt Vest, Bill Edley, Betty Mitchell, Dee Dee Hicks, Tim Turner, and Robbie Miller? Who knows where they all went, and who knows where the years went. It was a first for Madison, West Virginia, its own on-air broadcasting station, WWBB. History in the making.
Always up to the minute with news from WWBB.